Jessica looked up at the clock. "It's time for you children to go to bed," she said. "But it's only 9:30, said Sooty. "But that's late. You have to get sleep so you can grow to be really tall," said Jessica. "Oh, I guess I'll go to bed," said Sooty. "But how come you and Daddy can stay up and I can't?" said Sooty. "Because we are already tall enough," said Jessica. "I want you and Daddy to grow up to be giants," said Sooty. "Then when I get in school, I can tell all my friends I have giants for parents." "Just be quiet and go to bed," said Jessica. Sooty went up to bed. The next morning, Sooty woke up early. She went into her parents' room. "Mummy, it's time for Saturday morning cartoons," she said. "I'm trying to get to sleep," said Jessica. Sooty went downstairs and turned on the television. The cartoons were on, but the language in all the cartoons was Chinese. Sooty noticed that it was Chinese, and she started to cry. Jessica hurried downstairs to see what was wrong. "What's wrong?" she asked. All the cartoons are in Chinese," said Sooty. "What do you want me to do about it?" said Jessica. "Phone the wizard and tell him I want the cartoons to be in English," answered Sooty. "Okay," said Jessica, "I'll phone the wizard and tell him so." Jessica phoned the wizard and told him what Sooty wanted. She hung up, and in a second, all the cartoons were in English. "Thank you, Mommy," said Sooty. "You're welcome," said Jessica. Jessica went back upstairs. When all the cartoons were over and everybody was awake and downstairs, they had breakfast. During breakfast, Sooty was telling everybody about the cartoons she had seen. "Sorry, honey, we have no time to hear about your cartoons right now," said Jessica. "Why?" said Sooty. "Because we are trying to feed the babies," said Jessica. "Okay. When do you want to hear about the cartoons?" asked Sooty. "Later on," said Jessica. "Okay," said Sooty. They finished breakfast and then they went outdoors. When they got outdoors, Sooty asked, "Why are we outdoors?" "We're going to take a boat ride," said Jessica. "Great," said Sooty. They got inside their speedboat. They were riding along when all of a sudden a manatee popped its head out of the water to breathe. "Stop!" yelled Jessica. Elizabeth stopped the boat. "What's wrong?" she asked. "A manatee just popped his head out of the water," said Jessica. "Are you crazy?" said Elizabeth. "Manatees don't live in China." "Well, why is there one right next to the boat?" asked Jessica. That moment, a voice called out, "Hey, would you guys get off this lake?" "Why?" asked Elizabeth. "Because we are making an endangered species film for the Arts and Culture Center in St. John's, Newfoundland," said the voice. "Is this a real manatee?" asked Jessica. "Of course it's not," said the voice. "There are no manatees in China. This is a man in a manatee costume." "Why couldn't you go to Florida and get a real manatee?" asked Elizabeth. "I did not want to," said the voice. "Now hurry up and get off this lake. We have an important film to make for the Arts and Culture Center in St. John's, Newfoundland." "That man is really mean," said Sooty. "Let's ignore him and keep riding in our boat." "No, I'm afraid we'll have to get off this lake," said Jessica. "Why?" Sooty asked. "Because the man might call for the police and we could get arrested," said Jessica. Then Elizabeth drove the boat back to their house. When they got home, her husband asked, "Why are you home so early? The babies are still not finished their afternoon nap." "It's a long story," said Jessica. And all of a sudden, her husband came into the room. I did it! I made the perfect machine to contact people from all over the world," he said. "Let me see," said Sooty. She ran over to see the machine. "Wow!" 4 exclamation points, she said. "What is it called?" "It's called the Contactor," Iki said proudly. "What does it do?" said Sooty. "I just told you," said Iki. "Let's see how it works." They gathered around to see what would happen. Iki turned the machine on. "Here goes," he said. There was a bright flash of light, and then they heard a voice. "Hello, this is Mrs. Contact speaking. Whom do you want to contact?" "We want to contact our parents in Arizona," said Elizabeth. "Please be quiet. I am contacting," said the machine. And then there was a bright light, and they saw their mother for the first time in many years. "Mom, can you hear me?" asked Jessica. "This is your daughter." "Yes, I can hear you." "Where have you been all these years?" asked the girl's mom. Thank you.